cool fans.
From SUV to SUV, car to car, car to bike, Punjab police showing clips of how Amritpal escaped, thereby also admitting how they failed to catch him.
इतिहास गवाह है, जिसने भी पंजाब के सोशल भाईचारक सांझ को, जिसने भी पंजाब की अमन शांति को तोड़ने की रत्ती भर भी कोशिश की, तो पंजाबियों ने उसका मुंह तोड़ना जवाब दिया.
Khalistani preacher still at large, but Bhagwant Mann government patting itself on the back for law and order, even as courts question how intelligence failure took place, how Amritpal was allowed to escape. Indian community uniting, gathering outside the High Commission in London to protest against the desecration of flag by Khalistanis.
सरकार नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट जारी करती है और वर्ष 2018 में एंटीगुआ की सिटीजनशिप मेहुल चोकसी नाम के उस आर्थिक अपराधी को मिल जाती है.
Interpol withdraws red corner notice against Mehul Choksi. Aam Aadmi Party and opposition hits out at the centre, calls it a failure. BRS leader K. Kavitha's third round of questioning underway in connection with Liquorgate. Crackdown continues on Atiq Ahmed. Cash weapons recovered in fresh raids. Office bulldozed. Thank you for joining us on The Burning Question. I'm Niranjan. As we speak, K. Kavitha, BRS leader, daughter of KCR, is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate for a second day on Liquorgate. She submitted her phones earlier today before waving it to the crowd. She waved it to the crowd. She showed proof of what she was submitting, and she went in. And as we speak, she's still being questioned. BRS leaders are nervous. They're watching every development closely. Here's the story so far, and then we debate.
As BRS MLC K. Kavitha walked into the ED at 11 a.m., she displayed her phones to the media. Her photo op was seen as a counter to ED claim that she destroyed certain other handsets that had Liquorgate details. Separately, in a letter addressed to an ED official, she said she was submitting all the earlier phones which she may have used in the past and as sought by him, despite the actions of the agency being ex facie malified.
Enforcement Directorate has always been very solid in its argument. Even in its court, remember how they stitched the entire story and the link between Vijay Nair and K. Kavitha, that how during the time when Goa elections were happening, the two leaders, that is Vijay Nair from the Aam Aadmi Party and K. Kavitha, were in cahoots, and the alleged brickbats that they were talking about of 100 crores was exchanged at that point in time, and this is what they had kept in front of the court as well.
As agency puts its focus on South Group, BRS is claiming vendetta.
Leaders who have been involving in various scams, they are escaping from inquiry, and the leaders who involve in scams, if they join in BJP, there won't be any inquiry. But here, as far as BRS is concerned, BRS is a disciplined, committed party which will work, which is being working for the welfare of the people.
This is K. Kavitha's third deposition before the Federal Probe Agency. She had earlier appeared at the ED headquarters in New Delhi on March 11 and March 20. And the political fight over Liquorgate is only getting bigger. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Okay, Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, Karan Verma, author, political analyst, Ravula Sridhar Reddy, leader, BRS chairman, TSEWIDC, which is the Telangana State Education Welfare Development Corporation, and Dr. Suman Siravan, political analyst, joining us. She's still being questioned. Ravula, we don't know what is going to happen. We don't know whether she's going to be called again. We don't know whether she will be allowed to leave. She showed a few phones before entering the Enforcement Directorate office, there are some pictures doing the rounds on social media. Some people claiming that the phones don't match because some of the phones were bought after the excise policy was called off. So a lot of contradictions being made. Now, first I'll get your response to the question on the phones and then I'll go across to RP Singh.
See, whoever are actually making these allegations that the phones are of new model, these models were not launched before, do they really know what sort of models ED was claiming that we have, already have spoiled or broken and all that? This particular case is politically motivated. And whoever today making those social media posts viral against this, mobiles, they're all BJP handles. And it's a clear conspiracy. Before ED questions, BJP leaders will conduct a press conference or give a leakage to the press that, these will be the questions. Phones were broken, spoiled, and all these things. These allegations first made by BJP leaders, then questioned by ED. Whatever may be the case, today we know this is a politically motivated case, a clear case of political vendetta. They wanted to trouble our government. They wanted to, threaten us, intimidate us. Whatever may be the case, today we are ready to face these kind of harassment or whatever kind of pressure the BJP government, central government is applying on us. Telangana is not going to bow down before this autocratic rule of Narendra Modi. Modi ji jab aaye the Telangana mein in the last visit, wo bol ke gaya tha, we know they are going to do this kind of chanting. He went up to saying, "Mamla bahut rangeen ho jayega." Fine, we are ready to face these kind of. We have seen many such pressures in the past during the agitation. There were many political parties, many leaders tried to suppress Telangana agitation, but we have come out victorious then. Even now, again in this case, whatever may be the cases you put on us, whatever kind of cases you fabricate, whatever kind of cases you implicate us, we are going to come out clean. Victory will be of Telangana people
now,
and our BRS party.
Are you saying that she is not part of a South group? Are you saying she doesn't know these people?
Niranjan, I want to ask you, what is this South group all about?
No, I don't know. The ED says, I'll tell you.
Listen to me.
No, I'll tell you. Can I say something? Can I say something? On another note, okay, just on a lighter note, when you actually sit and think of it, in the newsroom we were discussing the other day, why did they call it the South group? What if agencies, let's say, agencies in Telangana, RP Singh, agencies in Telangana were probing a group of people, let's assume, based somewhere in North India, okay, different states. Let's say, for example, only for the sake of an example, Haryana and Delhi had interest in business in Telangana and routed allegedly some kickbacks to share with the government of Telangana, and that group was referred to as North Group.
Absolutely not.
No, 1 minute.
Just for the sake of proving me wrong.
No. I'm only saying. No, I was only on a lighter note saying that, just to call it South Group sounds wrong. I was saying to call it South Group sounds wrong, but that's not the point. That's not the point.
Just to prove something wrong, just to, malign somebody's image, we Telangana people or in this part of the country, we don't try to coin such things.
No, I'm saying it's wrong. I just felt it was wrong. But anyway, that's just that's just my opinion. But let me get RP to respond to you. RP, how did BJP leaders get the IMEI number and pictures of the phones even before the ED? That's what he seems to be indicating. The BRS is indicating you had it even before the ED.
Niranjan, I'll answer that. First, let me just clarify this on South and North. I'm also not for any cliche word like South group or North group. Not at all. If there's certain sort of people who come together from one state or two states from South and they are doing business here in North India or doing some racket in North India, it doesn't mean that we should label them as South group. Although they hail from Telangana and Andhra basically. But that point aside, Madam Kavitha till date has not said that she has no relationship with Arun Ramchandran Pillai and Bachchi Babu and Raghav Reddy. These three names. Whenever you speak to her, she said, I never met Manish Sisodia. I don't know Manish Sisodia. I never met Manish Sisodia. We are not talking about that. And if he is so sure that she has not met with these people, she has not dealt with these people, or she has not met Vijay Nair, oh, she should say, okay, take my narco test and things will be proven. That whether you have met these 4 gentlemen I am talking about, and these are gentlemen who are the conduit for Kavitha ma'am and
Niranjan.
Samir Mahindra and
Yes. 1 minute, let him complete. Let him
Mr.
complete.
Reddy, Mr. Reddy.
Yeah,
I
fine,
interrupted
fine,
you even
please.
once. I was had a very
Please go on.
patient.
Please go on.
So,
I'm not stopping you.
so please. So let her come clean on this by just showing some mobile phones that I have brought some mobile phones. These are mobile phones. Well, that ED will investigate. Thank you. You deposited your mobile phone. Whether you picked it from the grey market or you picked it from the some other market, and you want to give it to ED now, saying that these are the mobile phones which are used. Let ED investigate. We are no one to raise questions on that or give clean chit on that. On otherwise also, but there are witnesses within the whole of this liquor gate who on record, there were sting operations being done, who has said that yes, they were dealing with Madam Kavitha and others, and then there was a hotel named O'Brien Maidens which came, which was named also. That meetings happened in Hotel O'Brien Maidens. So, but as the political individuals are, they rejected that sting operation also. No, we have nothing to do with that. So,
Niranjan.
it's
Yeah,
matter of time.
on a lighter note, RP.
Sir, give me a second,
RP.
sir.
On a lighter note, just because the pictures were playing on the side, I couldn't help but jump in and ask Ravula. I'll give you exactly 30 seconds, Ravula. Does a politician need 6 mobile phones? Is it 6 or is it more? I can't count. I can count 6.
Is there any?
And
is
that
there
too in
any
1 year.
that-
That too in
No,
1
no,
year.
no.
And it's okay. Let him respond. It's just a question. He can respond. Yeah.
Is there any rule that an individual must?
No.
do?
I was curious. I just asked why.
I'm also no.
I just
also
asked.
on a light
I was
note,
curious.
is
I
there
just
any
asked.
rule,
Does a
implemented
politician
by
need 6
Narendra Modi
phones?
government that only 4 phones must be used or 6 phones. The
How do
question
you
here
know?
is whether it is a mistake or not, and as alleged, whether it is a crime or not, that need to be tested. Number 1. Number 2, as RP Singh was saying, that we are in government here for the past 9 years. We have done an agitation in the second, tranche for 14 years for Telangana. And as Kavitha ji being part of the agitation, then being part of the government here, she was MP, now she's an MLC. But knowing some businessman, now I am a chairman of a corporation, there will be many businessmen coming to me, but not for favors, but some kind of a support or assistance, in the government.
Very long answer. Very wrong answer, Ravula.
One thing. But today,
Thank you so much.
listen to me.
Now let's extend this.
1 minute. RP Singh, 1 minute. By just knowing a businessman is equivalent to committing a crime. Iska matlab hai abhi whatever corporate malpractices Adani has done, since Modi ji traveled with him, so Modi ji is equally responsible in all this 12.5 lakh crores wiped out and Adani's corporate malpractices, whatever projects stopped, whatever investment gone out. So everything Modi ji is responsible for it. Do you want to say that? This is only a political vendetta. You wanted to spoil our image. You wanted to,
Yeah, I wanted to tell you one thing. Okay. Very long answer, Ravula. Very long answer. I know that. I know that your party is watching very closely what's happening at the ED. 1 minute, RP Singh. Before you come in. First time I'm hearing that you need a phone for the public, phone for your staff, phone for your. Usually on the websites these days on Lok Sabha, at least for the MPs, the numbers are listed. On the affidavits, the numbers are listed. So there is 1 number for the public and 5 numbers for everyone else. Okay, that's not the point. Point is, I'm getting in Sumant and Karan now. Sumant, one of the arguments put out by the opposition has been about the conviction rate. And for the first time, as I speak to you, I'm looking at the Enforcement Directorate website. For Sumant C. Raman and Ravula Sridhar Reddy, there is a new tab added. If you go to the Enforcement Directorate website, which is enforcementdirectorate.gov.in, there is a tab Performance. And there's a sub-tab. When you click down, there's a drop-down that comes and it takes you to the statistics. And the statistics show, Sumant, okay, while I was just trying this, I just lost the page. 1 second, hold on. The statistics show, Sumant, that what the opposition has been claiming all along, does not match. You guys, it appears that the opposition misled everyone because the statistics of the Enforcement Directorate doesn't match with what you guys have been saying, because it appears, and I'm reading out, the percentage of conviction is 96%. You guys were giving some 0 point some minuscule number. I have it here. Number of cases in which trial has been completed under PMLA 25. Number of trial cases resulted in conviction under PMLA 24. Number of accused convicted in PMLA 45. Number of trial cases resulted in acquittal only 1. Percentage of conviction 96. 96. Yeah, I'm not saying it. It's on the ED website.
First of all, I think there are 2-3 things. Statistics can say whatever you want them to say when they are quoted selectively. First of all, look at the total number of cases that the ED has opened up. It is certainly much more than 25. This is particularly, they have taken a particular period. Second, most importantly, trial court conviction actually means nothing, because most of these cases are thrown out at the High Court level. So, if you go, maybe ask the same Enforcement Directorate to extend that logic further from the trial court to the High Court, and then you will be back at this 0.5% or 1% or whatever conviction rate. Now, coming to the question
but
of...
does that mean that after High Court there is another option? Well,
sir,
after High Court there is Supreme Court also.
No, sir. Don't even go as far as Supreme Court. High Court itself throws out most of these cases, because these are...
Sir, tell me how many cases... Okay, now, for our knowledge, please tell us how many cases of ED High Court has turned down.
The conviction rate is 0.5%. That has been stated.
Sir, you are mistaken, sir. Sir, you are mistaken, sir. Let me put now. I'm not going by the ED website.
Okay.
I'm not going by the ED website.
But
all you are talking about...
RP, give him 30 seconds.
But those cases are still not closed.
RP, give him 30 seconds.
I didn't interrupt him. I don't know.
RP, give him 30 seconds. RP, give him 30 seconds and then you come in. RP, give him 30 seconds. It's only fair that he completes his point. Yeah.
My point is very simple. This is following the Manish Sisodia script, that multiple rounds of questioning and then searches and all of that, and then finally one day of the whatever is decided, then there will be an arrest. Elections are coming in Telangana, so the script is actually...
No, but Manish Sisodia didn't get any relief from the court, Supreme Court, Suman.
No,
Manish Sisodia went to the Supreme Court. He didn't get any relief.
Argument? No, 1 minute. What kind of argument is it to say Kavitha knew somebody? Somebody said somebody took money. What kind of arguments are these to base? You need a money trail, Niranjan. You need money having gone to Kavitha or gone to Kavitha's family or relatives or somebody associated with her. She knew Ramachandra Pillai. Therefore, she must be guilty.
I agree with you. They'll have to prove it.
Therefore, she is guilty. She spoke to somebody on the phone. Therefore, she must have made money. What kind of absurdity?
No, I think they've gone into more detail than that, Suman. I think
why should she use 6 phones?
Suman, I think they've gone into more detail.
Maybe she doesn't like. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's worried about Pegasus. That's why she keeps changing her phone.
Suman, on a more serious note, I think the charges are much more complex and much more serious. It's not merely by association, but it's up to the agencies.
Whatever is available in the public domain.
I know. I'm saying it's up to the agencies. Let's leave it to the agencies. Let's see where it goes.
What are the charges? Where is the money trail?
No, let me put that question to Karan, because I wanted to have little time. I want to go to Karan. Karan, see, elections are coming up in Telangana, okay? Elections are also coming up in Karnataka. Yesterday, around 9 o'clock, we got the news that there were income tax raids on a company called Shobha Developers in Karnataka, okay? In 6 locations. Then we were wondering, it rings a bell. Because I'm from Bangalore, I sort of did some research. I found out that the same company was under the scanner earlier for its link to DK Shivkumar. Now, suddenly, 2-3 years later, that company is being raided again. Now, the agencies have every right to investigate. But it appears to be taking a political link. Now, my question to you is, before elections in every state, are agencies going to be selective about it? Because on the 8 crore cash stash that was found in the BJP MLA's residence and office, there is no agency probing it. The guy's been shielded. No one's talking about it. And that's hard cash.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Niranjan, first of all, ascribing motives to whether it's happening before the elections or not
Coincidental.
doesn't really matter.
Coincidental.
No, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is the merits of the case should matter. Whether someone is squeaky clean, they should come out clean, or if there is something wrong, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are, what the timing are. No, we are not going to decide when the law will catch up with you. If you've done something wrong, the law must catch up with you sooner or later. In fact, sooner the better for us. Now, with this case, Mr. Sumansi Raman is acting so sweet here. He's trivializing the entire matter. Where is the trail of money? You think money is going to be kept under someone's pillow? I mean, they hide behind this because for years, our agencies haven't worked as hard to establish a trail of money. And that is what they are hedging their bets on. Today, I am proud that the ED, which has, by the way, recovered 1 lakh crore, a stat that doesn't get counted, 1 lakh crore worth assets have been recovered by the ED post 2014 compared to 5,000 crores before that in the UPA years. Today, it is working tirelessly hard and it is actually on its path to establishing a money trail. Now, it's not about knowing the business.
Yeah.
Just let me complete.
It is working
It's
hard,
not
working
about,
hardly, all of
it's
that.
not about
Where is
knowing
the
the
money trail?
businessman. Here we have a confession.
Yes, no, okay.
ED has in the court said
Yeah, Rahula.
that Mr. Samir
At least,
Mahindra has owned
either the
about
BJP
70
supporters
money.
So,
in the form of
here we
analysts.
have confessions.
Okay, Suman, let Rahula respond. Give him 30 seconds to respond.
Yeah. At least
So let's not
let the
trivialize
BJP
confessions during
spokespersons or their
investigations.
supporters and ED say one number here. ED says 3,500 crores. Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi says 10,000 crores. Mr. R.P. Singh
No,
says
you answer on
5,000
the merits
crores.
of Kavitha.
Mr. Karan
You
says some
answer
other
whether
number.
Kavitha knows
What I'm trying to tell you, they
Don't
just
get
wanted
into
to.
numbers because you don't have an answer.
Niranjan,
Don't get
Niranjan,
into
they just
numbers
wanted to
just
say
because you
some
don't have an
number
answer.
and try to, throw that mud on us. I am very clearly telling you, till date, ED could
Earlier
not
you were saying
establish
there was no liquor
anything.
scam.
Karan, wait a
Today
minute,
we know that
Don't
Arvind
be so
Kejriwal in
frustrated,
his
and let me
cabinet
tell you
court has owned up
something.
that there was a
Let me
loss
tell you
in
something,
excise
which is a
duty,
fact.
which is why the policy was taken back.
Somehow they wanted to. Listen. Somehow, without
No, I'm
evidence.
not going to
also,
listen to your tape recorder.
They wanted to
You are only going
establish
to cry
the
political
case.
vendetta. That is
They
your
wanted
best
to
resort.
mislead the
Those 2 words you
people.
mucked up
And the
and
modus
you repeat
operandi
on
as
every
someone was
show.
saying.
Niranjan.
Karan,
Yeah.
Niranjan.
Niranjan just
Yeah.
asked you, what
Answering my
happened to
question of
the
No, no,
Political
Samir
vendetta.
Mahindra.
What happened to the
Answer the
case?
Somebody
On
else
CM
said
Ramesh.
they gave money.
Does
What
Kavitha
happened?
know Kejriwal?
1 minute.
Chaudhary.
Okay, you're speaking over each other. Karan, 1 minute. You're speaking over each other. Just
Money should be recovered, no, Niranjan.
No,
What
see,
is this logic?
one thing is clear. See, I think anybody watching those visuals will ask a question whether she had to display those phones, whether it's required, and
Niranjan, you remember that
1 minute.
Karnataka BJP MLA's
Yeah.
son,
gave a leak.
where
ED gave a leak
where
to the
they found
newspapers
crores,
saying that
8.5
Let the courts
crores or
decide.
something in
He
cash.
destroyed.
No, eventually the courts will decide.
That is some kind of
Ravula.
money trail.
Suman, okay, Rahul, I have to end the debate.
He's talking about
Here,
political vendetta.
somebody told
No,
me.
I have to close only for lack of time. We're debating this at 10 o'clock also, Rahula. 10 o'clock we're debating this. 10 o'clock we're debating this with Arnab, okay? We are.
10 seconds.
But because she's still being questioned, I'm only saying let the courts decide. She's still being questioned, let the courts decide. I think this debate will go on and on. The BJP also. Karan, I'm ending the debate only for lack of time. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, RP Singh. Thank you, Rahula. Thank you, Suman. Thanks, Karan. Trending burning question coming up next with Shravan. Stay tuned.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
प्रयागराज का ये रसूलाबाद इलाका, दोनों दुकानें मोहम्मद गुलाम की ही हैं। उसको तोड़ने का जो काम है वो यहाँ पर किया जा रहा है। इस पूरी इमारत को मोहम्मद गुलाम ने अवैध रूप से खड़ा किया। काम को तेजी के साथ अंजाम देने के लिए एक और बुलडोजर यहाँ पर आ गया है और ये देखिए, ये आगे पूरा सब कुछ मिट्टी में मिला दिया गया है। जो कहा गया था कि मिट्टी में मिला देंगे, वही आज होता हुआ नजर भी आ रहा है।
protesters has arrived here right at the gate of the British High Commission, and you can see that how they all have Indian flags in their hand and are chanting the slogan. This is coming after the incident when we know that at the UK High Commission in the United Kingdom, the Indian flag was brought down by some pro-Khalistani supporters, and against that this massive protest is being staged at the gate of the British High Commission. Sloganeering has begun here at the residence of Kavitha, where the Telangana workers over here of the BRS are sloganeering favor of Kavitha as the security is heightened at the residence, as Kavitha has just left for the Enforcement Directorate office in the national capital. According to the Enforcement Directorate, is at the helm of this South group that has been brought in the picture. Sloganeering has begun here at the residence of Kavitha, where the Telangana workers over here of the BRS are sloganeering favor of Kavitha as the security is heightened at the residence, as Kavitha has just left for the Enforcement Directorate office in the national capital. According to the Enforcement Directorate, is at the helm of this South group that has been brought in the picture. Of protesters has arrived here right at the gate of the British High Commission, and you can see that how they all have Indian flags in their hand and are chanting the slogan. This is coming after the incident when we know that at the UK High Commission in the United Kingdom, the Indian flag was brought down by some pro-Khalistani supporters, and against that this massive protest is being staged at the gate of
Indians hold Tiranga March outside the High Commission. The United Kingdom is yet to crack down on Khalistan. Can the UK take ties with India for granted? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Trending burning question powered by Cool Fans.
Hello, welcome. You're watching the Trending Burning Question with me, Shavan Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, over 72 hours and one person, Amritpal Singh, hasn't been arrested as yet. Multiple arrests have taken place. Relatives, aides, all have been arrested. In fact, Punjab Chief Minister now goes on record to say that there is absolutely nothing to worry. Are we to really believe the kind of assurances that have essentially been made, especially given the fact that today an ISI connection emerges with a man called Amritpal Singh? Not just that, this very person who was exposed by Republic Media Network back in November, and we said that he's the biggest internal security threat. Now that is turning out to be true. Why is it that an entire state has been unable to arrest Amritpal Singh? CCTV after CCTV, multiple footages comes across, and you see Amritpal Singh moving from one place to the other, changing his attire, and not just that, managing to give the entire administration a cock and snook in this entire case. Take a look at this report and then we start the trending burning question.
Four days on, fugitive Amritpal is on the run. He misled, disguised and fled. Dodged the cops after the hot chase. But AAP is hailing the Punjab government.
में कानून व्यवस्था लागू कर रखने के लिए और शांति बहाल रखने के लिए पिछले कुछ दिनों के अंदर भगवंत मान साहब ने और आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब सरकार ने कई कठोर कदम उठाए हैं। उन्होंने बहुत संयम और बहुत मैच्योरिटी के साथ मान साहब ने कार्रवाई की है। इसके लिए मैं भगवंत मान साहब को और आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार को बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
For AAP's Bhagwant Maan, everything is under control.
आम आदमी पार्टी एक कट्टर देशभक्त और ईमानदार पार्टी है। पंजाब का अमन चैन और देश की तरक्की हमारी प्राथमिकता है और कोई भी ऐसी ताकत जो देश के खिलाफ पंजाब में पनप रही हो उसको हम बख्शेंगे नहीं, क्योंकि लोगों ने भारी बहुमत देकर हम पर बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी दी है।
Amritpal Singh is threat to national security. Who let Amritpal escape? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining us on the Trending Burning Question tonight are Binay Singh, political analyst, joining us from the national capital, Akashdeep Muni joining us from Jalandhar, and Vikram Singh, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Let me straight away begin by asking you, Vikram Singh, you've seen what has happened in the state of Punjab in the days of militancy, and we've essentially seen that we were playing by fire. Today, the fact that over 72 hours, and this man with a clear ISI connection is still on the run, and you have the Chief Minister saying that there is absolutely nothing to worry. Are we to accept this on face value?
Someone, it would be simplistic to believe and take the Chief Minister on face value. You said yes, there are disconcerting similarities between what happened in 1984 and the 80s and what's happening now. Not a word of condemnation about Amritpal and his gang, neither from the Chief Minister nor from Mr. Kejriwal. I had expected a lot more. The fact of the matter is that you gave a long rope to this fugitive of justice, and even today he does not have a single rupee of reward on his head. He had a plan B and he executed it. And we were caught on the wrong foot, Shavanji. Make no mistake about it. You compared the early 80s, then we need to have the strategy of KPS Gill Sahab, JF Rivero Sahab, Siddharth Shankar Rai Sahab. That is what brought, and Sardar Ben Singh Sahab. That is what Punjab back to the fold of India. We cannot have this kind of a look the other side and not choosing our words carefully and being diplomatic. Amritpal is an anti-national element and fed by the ISI for anti-national activities, anti-India activities. Where if you do not say it, then who will? I salute my youngsters who in England came out in huge numbers and gave a tight slap across the face of the Khalistanis. What is preventing us Punjabis doing it in Punjab and the whole country? Please ask all the respected panelists. I feel very strongly about the choice of words of Mr. Bhagwant Maan. I would have expected much more. Please book him under the UAPA. please also ensure that he has a reward of 50 lakhs on him tonight, if not tomorrow. If you do not, I would presume that the long rope that you gave him in Ajnala, 23rd of February, you're still very keen to give a long rope now. But the government of India is privy to all misdemeanors, Chavanji, and I hope they wake up fast.
Dr. Vikram Singh, I'll perhaps also bring you in a short while from now to understand where perhaps the administration has completely failed rather than really glorifying the current situation. But Akashdeep Muni, you are someone who comes from the state of Punjab. Please tell me that you are satisfied. Are you really satisfied with the kind of action that has been taken so far? Because back in November, when we as a full network had exposed Amritpal Singh, a man who was openly brandishing swords, a man who was espousing the cause of using weapons. At that point in time, no one took our exposure very seriously, and we are talking about the month of November. And today, look at the current situation, and your Chief Minister essentially says that, look here, there's absolutely nothing to worry.
You know, Shravan, one thing I'll tell you, today the central government and the state government both are working in tandem to catch Amritpal. Not only catch Amritpal, but bring all these Khalistani elements in Punjab to book. You know, and if you say that there is a failure of police or failure of intelligence, then are you saying the central government and state government, the IB, NIA, everybody failed? I hope you are not. First. Second point. Now,
Mr. Muni, one second, Mr. Muni, you asked me a question. I will respond, and you can take it forward. I'll also bring it Binay Singh. But Mr. Muni, please make no mistake. This question that we asked from Republic Media Network wasn't only directed to the state government. Yes, questions should be asked to the state government, but we also asked this question. Perhaps, Mr. Muni, you forgot to see multiple broadcasts of Republic Media Network in which we have questioned what exactly have the central agencies been doing. The fact of the matter is that the centre should have stepped in long back. The fact of the matter that central agencies should have stepped in long back. So here I'm answering your question. The fact of the matter is not only about the inaction on the part of the state government, but the inaction on the part of the central agencies. That is a question that still stands today.
Now, Shravan, one thing is very sure, that Punjab is a border state, and of course I agree with you that the Aam Aadmi Party government should have taken action prior to this, what they are doing it today. But there is one, if you consider the Ajnala incident, and if you say that why didn't the police act in Ajnala incident, I at the grassroots know that if the police would have acted in the Ajnala incident and not acted maturely, but would have attacked, then this person who is a fugitive today, who is a terrorist today, would have come martyr. Today Punjabis don't stand with Amritpal, and that is why, because of the patience and mature behavior. However, I think I also agree that the Aam Aadmi Party government could have acted during November when you reported it. Today, the situation is much better, but I expect that this fugitive will be caught, and as per the information I am getting, will be caught sooner. His all economic expenses and everything is total strategic help, assistance is curbed down by the Punjab police. There is so much security here, and it will happen that he may be caught in a 1 day or two. And I totally agree with my senior fellow here in the palace that if he is not, definitely there will be a price on his head. Maybe the bounty will be more than what my friend was saying.
Let me also quickly bring in Binay Singh. Binay, this question goes to even the central agencies. There is already a scheduled offence. What stops the National Investigation Agency from stepping in? The fact of the matter is that we're talking about a man who was basically trying to create a personalized army. Here is a man who had access to arms and ammunition. And today, with yet another exposure earlier in the day, when Republic Media Network showed that very document, which shows that Pakistan has been closely monitoring every possible development, the question goes not only to the state government of Punjab, but also goes to the central agencies. Let's admit it that everyone together has actually failed in ensuring that Amritpal Singh does not become the local hero?
Sawan, the case is not so simple because this is related to national security. And whenever you are dealing with national security, you have to be a bit more cautious. You are not dealing with a normal criminal. So look at the strategy of Amritpal. They are using the 5th generation warfare technology. The PFI was also using that. So what are the ingredients of the 5GW? Social engineering and propaganda. When you blend social engineering with propaganda, it is used as a weapon. So what happened in Ajnala, there was an attempt to make the show like that the police is lathi charging and they are disrespecting the Guru Granth Sahib. So it was an attempt to use the emotions of the Sikh community as a raw material to instigate the community, to the Sikh community, and further the fault lines of the Indian society, to create a situation of chaos, to create a situation of internal war. So we will have to be cautious. And Sawan, suppose the central agencies would have interfered a lot before, then the same Aam Aadmi Party and the other parties, they would have asked the same question. That this is a, you are not respecting the federal structure.
But Binay,
so yes,
Binay, let's understand
central
this.
agencies have stepped in.
No, but Binay, can I intervene? Can I intervene? You are saying that this is a matter of national security. If that is the case, then why bring in politics on this entire matter? Why really look at whether at all Aam Aadmi Party is going to question the entire structure of federalism? The fact of the matter is that we needed to act much earlier than what we are essentially doing right now. And the central agencies, no matter how much we try to gloss over it, let's be very clear that there was a scheduled offence, Binay. What stops the central agencies from taking action?
Shravan, nothing has stopped, and yes, I think he will be caught at the earliest. And Shravan, when we talk about national security, whenever it is a matter of national security, the political parties or the politics must step out. The issue of national security must be kept out of the politics. So the problem here is, Sawan, that Aam Aadmi Party has a history. The history I am telling you, Arvind Kejriwal in 2017, he started his Vidhan Sabha campaign, and you know where he stayed? He spent his first night. He stayed at the ex-Khalistan Commando Force leader, Gurpreet Singh.
No.
And the second, he's member of parliament, Dharamveer Gandhi. He supported the Khalistan referendum.
Akashdeep wants to respond.
The leader of opposition
Akashdeep wants to respond. Binay, Akashdeep wants to respond. I believe Akashdeep wants to say 1 minute. Binay. I think so. Akashdeep basically wants to refute the claims that you are now making.
Yeah, Shravan, I totally remember what happened in 2015. We all remember the Gurdaspur attack in 2015 when Bharatiya Janata Party and Akali Dal were in power, when 6 policemen placed with 1 SP were killed by terrorists in Gurdaspur. What happened with then we all know. These all terrorists did not become terrorists in 1 year. They have been nurtured by political parties, one by another. During Shiromani Akali Dal and Bharatiya Janata Party government, I remember in 2015, November, August, February, RSS leaders were killed in Ludhiana, Jalandhar, point blank. I remember what happened.
Akashdeep,
What type of
Akashdeep,
and
these
people.
Akashdeep and
10 seconds.
Akashdeep.
10 seconds. In 2017, Congress Party attended Khalistani movement a rally in Amritsar. You can go down the link. My point is that Aam Aadmi Party has eliminated 560 gangsters, 160 terrorists, 25. No. Why to laugh? You can check it. The NCRB report. 25 terror module has been eliminated from Punjab. This is
The question. One second. Akashdeep and Binay. This, the debate isn't about the progress made by the Aam Aadmi Party, or it's not the report card of the Aam Aadmi Party government. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm largely debating on a very important national security matter. So let's keep it to that. Dr. Vikram Singh, I want to bring you in right now. I certainly can't wrap my head around this entire matter when you have a man who has actually given the entire administration a run for their money? And we are to believe that everything is absolutely hunky-dory. Please tell me, Dr. Vikram Singh, will I be perhaps crossing the line if I say that there is a conspiracy at play? There is a high possibility that someone well connected, I'm not saying who exactly it is because I do not have evidence to say that, but I'm only raising a suspicion that is it really possible that despite having so many men on the ground, boots on the ground, Amritpal gives the entire administration a miss and he's still on the run? Do you believe that somewhere down the line that someone actually has helped Amritpal to run away?
Shravan, the presumptions are very obvious. And it is not the presumption that you and I are having. The Honorable High Court today also raised its concern and said, what happened to the 80,000 police force who were after him and how did he manage to escape? Punjab police is a very, very professional force, second to none in the country. But from their dragnet and with the technology that is available to the Punjab police, air reconnaissance, drone, facial recognition software, you have it and the Punjab police has it. And if in spite of that, there is an outer cordon, there is an assault party, there are ambush parties, he manages to give the slip. Obviously, he was a generation ahead and he was probably being briefed by someone or the other. This kind of a slip-up does not happen unless there is connivance of the worst kind. I would like to stop it at, but Shravan, your apprehensions and my apprehensions are just not that belong to two of us. They belong to the entire nation and everybody is questioning how could somebody like Amritpal go underground in the presence of the professional Punjab police? Was somebody hand-holding him? Was somebody guiding him? He just vanished into thin air. And these apprehensions have been expressed by the Honorable High Court, and therefore the topmost priority now has to be given to ensure that Amritpal is accounted for. Otherwise, the indignity and the shame with which the government will have to live is inexplicable.
I just want to take two quick points with Akashdeep as well as Binay. Binay, first to you. Let's understand that somewhere down the line, we are really playing with fire right now. If we have allowed a man who was completely a nondescript person in Dubai to be able to establish a base in the state of Punjab and then allowing him to do what he did in Ajnala, and let's not forget the very fact that he was openly espousing the cause of Khalistan and then saying that, look here, it's a legitimate fight, so there is no harm in having weapons. Even the police has a weapon. Now that was the rationale that was essentially given by Amritpal Singh, but we did nothing about it. And then we go back to the same old, that look here, it's about an Aam Aadmi Party government, it's the BJP which is ruling the centre. How long can we really do this, especially when it comes to national security?
Shravan, in February, just few days back, the UK government, they came up with a perfect report and they said that yes, Khalistan is a matter of concern from them. They were criticized for that. And again, Suella Braverman came and she supported that report. I think India has to fight on different fronts, one internally and one externally. You know, there were almost 9 countries from where the idea of this Khalistan referendum was being pushed. It was Russia, it was England, it was America, Germany, Australia, Canada, Italy. There were so many countries. So I think when our Prime Minister says that the world must come on a unified definition of terrorism, there is no unified definition of terrorism across the globe. And he also mentioned that the world should try to stop differentiating between good terrorism and bad terrorism. Terrorism is just terrorism. So India is fighting on 2 fronts. And I think we are doing good, Savan. We are doing good. And we will handle the situation nicely. It's a situation. It's a matter of concern. But no Amritpal, can challenge the integrity and diversity of this country. No Amritpal has the guts today. India is not that India, 30 or 40 years back, what it happens to be. India is it is changing its league. There is a tag of a developing nation, but we are changing our league. We are moving forward to a developed nation, Savan, and we are showing, way to the world how to deal with terror. Yes, Savan.
Well, in fact, Well, in fact, Binay,
Yes, sir.
for someone like me who keeps a close watch on national security, I do share your optimism on this entire matter. But Akashdeep, I want to take this final question to you before we end the trending burning question. This constant politicking on this entire matter, especially on national security, has always ensured that we pay a huge price. And let's admit it, that in the state of Punjab, we are again paying a huge price. We should have nipped it at the bud. We shouldn't have actually allowed a man called Amritpal Singh to thrive. And let's be very honest, he was allowed. He was given. He was given a complete free run. I can't really imagine a situation where you can run amok at a police station, openly attacking the police personnel, and then nothing really happens. He manages to ensure that one of his own, comes out from a lockup and walks freely.
And Shravan, one thing I totally admit what you are saying. I totally agree that on national security there should be no politics from Aam Aadmi Party, from BJP, and not from Congress, of course. But one data I want to share with you. BKI Renda Group, Ash Dalla drone module, KTF module, KZF module, Lakhvir Landa module, and many more I can name. These all modules really operated in Punjab since last 1 year. And I am shocked that how, under the nose of central and state governments, previously the Bharatiya Janata Party had the central and the state government in Congress under the state, they have not nipped these people in bud. And of course, I totally agree with you that Aam Aadmi Party should also have nipped Amritpal on the bud. But these all modules, and there are more modules working, they have to be nipped in the bud. The central and state government has to work in tandem, and for this time and for future, they have been doing it. And I share your optimism that, of course, Punjab is going in the right direction. Amritpal will be caught, and the modules which are still operating, the Khalistani modules and the terrorist modules, they will be eliminated by the central and state government. I'm sure, I'm optimistic, and I think they will be happy.
Well, thank you very much, Akashdeep, Muni, Binay Singh, as well as Dr. Vikram Singh for joining us on the trending burning question. The questions galore at this point in time. For how long can Amritpal Singh be on the run? And perhaps it would be a crying shame for the entire administration if he still manages to run away. Thank you very much for watching the trending burning question.
Khalistani Amritpal at large. CCTV captures how Amritpal slipped away. Can Aam Aadmi Party pat itself on the back? Debating tonight at 10:30 p.m.
Group of protesters has arrived here right at the gate of the British High Commission, and you can see that how they all have Indian flags in their hand and are chanting the slogan. This is coming after the incident when we know that at the UK High Commission in the United Kingdom, the Indian flag was brought down by some pro-Khalistani supporters, and against that this massive protest is being staged at the gate of the British High Commission. Sloganeering has begun here at the residence of Kavitha, where the Telangana workers over here of the BRS are sloganeering favor of K. Kavitha as the security is heightened at the residence, as K. Kavitha has just left for the Enforcement Directorate office in the National Capital. According to the Enforcement Directorate, is at the helm of this South group that has been brought in the picture. Sloganeering has begun here at the residence of K. Kavitha, where the